Abbie's Wish, a mini Sukie, Queen of Cats story. Hi, it's Jan here in Dumfries. Today I've got a tiny mini story about Abbie, a little school mistress cat, and her first ever snow. Abbie is our little school mistress cat. She likes warm rugs, tidy corners, and rules that make sense. The wild outdoors, too many surprises. Abbie had her first 4 months of life in the wild. It brings back bad memories, but that was in the summer. There was no snow. So one morning, Abbie looked out of her mum's townhouse window and froze. Everything was white. Snow. Outside, she saw Sukie, who was already in the garden with Mum, wearing a bright red cat snowsuit. She slid down a little drift like a royal runway, even bounced up and did it again. Weber pressed his nose to the glass, curious but cautious. Dad came in with 2 more snowsuits, one pink and one blue, and each had a little leash clip, just in case. Weber didn't waste a second. Dad zipped him into the blue suit and clipped the leash. But Abbie just watched from a safe distance. Snow looked cold. Snow looked messy. Snow looked suspicious. But Sukie slid again, and Abbie's curiosity did a tiny hop inside her chest. Dad held up the little pink suit. It's just a try. Abbie stepped forward, very dignified, very brave, and let Dad clip the leash. Then the door opened. The cold air kissed their noses. Abbie stepped onto the snow and stopped. It wasn't wet. It was fluffy. It was strange. Her paws sank a little. Weber sank too. They moved slowly, like the ground was made of pillows. Weber tried to trot and skidded sideways. Eee! Abbie tried to step neatly and slid. Both cats looked shocked. Then Weber slipped again and did a little accidental spin. Sukie bounded over like a cheerful coach. Abbie took one more careful step. Slip. And another step. Slide. And then, without meaning to, Abbie was playing. She slid beside Weber. She bumped. They bumped shoulders with Sukie. Snow puffed around them like soft clouds. Dad kept their leashes loose and gentle, and then quietly he let go. Because Abbie and Weber were safe, because they were together, soon the 3 tired cats padded back inside. Dad toweled them dry. Abbie and Weber and Sukie curled up by the fire, exhausted and happy. And why? Because the wild can be wonderful, especially when you have a choice. So, if you'd like more mini stories like this, cozy, simple and family friendly, follow along. And if you're new here, Sukie, Queen of Cats is a picture book that is coming out fairly soon. I'm building a little reader and I want it for grown-ups who will love them. You can come and watch here or on my website, but have a bright day.